Doesn't. Good morning and welcome. I'm John Burlingham, Chairman of the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. I'd like to welcome you to today's breakfast meeting. If we could please stand for the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our first order of business this morning is a big thank you from our more than 1,000 members and fellow members of the Chamber Board of Directors and staff, our former chairman of the board, who will be leaving us at the end of the year. He served as board chairman in 2019 and 2020, during the most difficult and challenging time in our history. He has been a member of the board since 2015. His firm and steady guidance helped the Chamber of Commerce survive, in fact, thrive. Please join with me now in thanking for his exceptional service our immediate past chair, Dave Gagnon. Dave?
Just okay.
Can I let go?
Beautiful.
Just a few words, right?
Whatever you want. It's all yours.
So, yeah, 7 years went like 7 months, especially the last 2 years. Leading is easy to do when you have a great team. Ward, you and your team, everybody there, anybody who's a leader is only as good as the people underneath them. If they don't have a good support cast, and let me tell you, as the chair, I had a great board, and I had a great team at the chamber. And what did they do? They put members first. If you look at what we've done in the last 18 months, how many of us have survived through their first pandemic? Right? We're getting there, right? Nobody's here on their second one, right? So this is all unique territory for us. And it's amazing how the chambers reached out to support their members. No idea was thrown out on ways to change to support our membership. And I think that is why we've grown. And we've done tremendous things like Just Delicious. I don't know who came up with that name. Probably Ward. Because I know Jess didn't want to be a name title of anything to do with eating, right? So, but no, it's been a tremendous 7 years. I'll miss it. So I gotta honestly say, John has stepped up in the role as the chair and took over. And because of that, I wasn't running over to the chamber as much. So this past year I gained about 10 pounds. So Ward, if you need some assistance, I'll keep running over to get back on that fitness program. And John, as you know, I'm always here to support you. John, Ward, board, staff, thank you so much.
Congratulations and thank you, Dave. The Chamber wants to remind all holiday shoppers that there's still time to take part in our Shop Small and Win Big campaign. While you're out shopping, look for these Shop Small and Win Big signs posted throughout the region in most of your favorite stores, shops, and restaurants. Take a selfie or a photo of that Shop Small sign and post it on Facebook. You'll find specific instructions on our Facebook page. You can win some great prizes, and most importantly, you'll be supporting local businesses that need your support now more than ever. For all your holiday shopping, please shop local. The Chamber has great events coming up, including a lunch and learn meeting next Tuesday, December 14th at the Holiday Inn Express in the town of Ulster. Hosted by our friends at Professional Computer Associates, this program is designed for any business that has employees working from home. The program starts at 11 a.m. and will conclude by 1 p.m. and includes a complimentary lunch provided by the Pine Elephant. There's no charge to attend, but registration is limited to just 35 people. Register online today. Again, that's Tuesday, December 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Chamber is resuming our very popular networking mixers after the first of the year. And as we've done for most of a number of years, we'll be at Mac Fitness in the Kingston Plaza. Plan on joining us from 5 to 7 p.m. Wednesday, January 19th, 2022, for complimentary food and drink and the chance to reestablish old relationships and build new ones. We will limit the number of attendees and, of course, continue to follow CDC and Health Department guidance. Again, that's Wednesday, January 19th, 5 to 7 p.m. at Mac Fitness in the Kingston Plaza. Our sponsor is the Bank of Greene County. Our next breakfast meeting will be held in January at the Best Western Plus in Uptown Kingston. And this will be the Chamber's annual Congressional update. Congressman Antonio Delgado plans to talk about his agenda for the upcoming year, as well as other news from Washington. Don't miss this opportunity to hear from Congressman Delgado and ask him questions. Prior to his remarks, the Ulster Chamber will be recognizing long-standing members who will be celebrating significant Chamber membership anniversaries in 2022. Our breakfast sponsor next month is Ulster Savings. For these and all Chamber events, you can register online at ulsterchamber.org or call the office at 338-5100. And now the rest of our program this morning, here's our president, Lord Todd.
Good morning, Ulster County. What a beautiful day. Did anyone else notice what a beautiful day it is today? Paul? Yes. Yes, thank you. It is gorgeous. Thank you so much for being here. Need the folks in the cheap seats in back to begin coming up front, if you would. We're going to start off our meeting today with a real treat for you. We are so delighted to have with us our good, underline the word good, friends from the Phoenicia International Festival of the Voice. We want to make sure that everyone has the holiday spirit this year. Everybody. So we're going to have some holiday treats for you. Maria and Louie and Tess and a special guest.
And a special guest.
Can you hear me? You know, this is like the traumatic hello everyone. I'm so happy to see your face for some so long ago. I'm going to talk a little bit to the mic, very few, and then look, I'm going to do something really, you know, as singers we have two fears, not to be heard and to be completely not loved, of course. And so not to be heard is like, can you hear me? Can you hear me, really? So now I'm going to do some to have your ears used to the acoustic room, because we're going to sing acoustically. I'm going to do that. So now can you still hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. So this is for you ears in the morning while you're still waking up and having coffee, to get used to our very subtle singing without accompaniment. Usually, you know, opera singers come with an orchestra, but with COVID reason, because of COVID, we didn't bring the 90-piece orchestra with us. Just for that, of course. Now, we brought you some carols with the Phoenicia Festival of the Voice, for who does not understand why the French woman is spitting on a bacon right now. It's an organization that was born 12 years ago out of the community of Phoenicia. We started by raising money for playground equipment for the kids in Phoenicia, and it became a gigantic adventure with now bringing superstars from all over the world, from the Met. We're putting operas together, we're putting gospel together. That is blah, blah, blah what we do. And we believe in the power and the transformative force behind the arts and behind music and behind beauty. And I see by all your smile that you do too, so I'm preaching to the choir here. Speaking of choir, by the way, because we're going to sing a few carols, you are also part of the show. If you dare so, if you want to, if your mouth is not full, whatever you want to do, but we will also invite you to sing with us. Now, the thing I wanted to tell you, and I hope you would gain pride specifically for Kingston Pride and Westerly Pride, did you guys know that during COVID, we were the only organization, I will say the second in the world, the first in the US, to put a drive-in opera together in Kingston, in Westerly. We did it in the former tech city, in front of 600 cars. It was crazy. It was nuts, but it was also an opportunity for a lot of innovation. Just to give you a little idea, we had, just for the sound, you know, how do you go from a live performance on stage to the audience sitting safely in their car? Just that was like a... So my sound engineer came to the parking lot and said, Maria, this is the worst to put an opera on, this is the worst. And so because of this, they worked so hard and they tried to work on the sound. Just to give you a little insight, sound integration, which means, look, radio sound has to be completely compatible with the PA system that goes into the parking lot, that has to be compatible with the voices being projected live from the stage, right? So how do you not have the delay? So those guys calculated very, mathematically, they calculated the deperdition of the sound per distance, all that stuff, that when you turn on your radio and you want to open your window, sound was matching. Just that is crazy stuff. Then we innovated completely by cutting the stage in two, putting the orchestra in the back, spread them, being super safe. And then we went and brought an opera that is usually presented into Napoleon time in France and Italy, and we decided to bring them, boom, in the space. Why? Because social distance. So the villain, who we're supposed to rape and murder, which is really hard to do in social distancing. the villain had superpowers. So we were doing that thing where he had lighting balls and he was like, wow, and everybody was falling on stage. So no punch, no nothing, it was a solution. But if you have superpower, you have to go into another planet. So the whole thing became this gigantic thing. Be proud. Be proud because in our area, Ulster County, and thank you so much for the support of all the businesses that were behind this project, by the way, and the chamber, of course. Be proud because we were the second in the world to do something like this, the first in the US from our ground. This is maybe something you have not heard, but in the arts, it became a thing. And there were people were saying, where is it happening? Where? What? And do you realize that every single theater in the world were closed almost for 2 years, right? I don't know if people understand how many people didn't have jobs in the industry of the art and everything. So lots of healing still need to be done. We're happy to be in front of you. There's an audience, guys! We have an audience! So, we're going to sing for you. Sorry for indulging with speedbirds. I wanted to share those things because I think you gain pride to be in an area where we're so innovative and so eager to launch initiatives like this, and we did. From Ulster County to the world. Second, yeah, exactly. So, because we always do this, this is Madeline. I'd like to introduce Madeline Taylor. This is a new discovery from the area. May I tell you? Madeline is 16, and a big action of the festival is not just to put shows together, but it's also to be involved in education and social justice. We believe that art can only be interesting if they are relevant to society. This is why we're very focused on diversity, equality, inclusion, and of course education. All those words that you know very well now, but have been part of our growth, have been part of our identity from the start. And Madeline is the new discovery. You live in Kingston? Olive. Madeline lives in Olive. And I'm going to let you talk to them a little bit. Oh. Okay. That was part of the deal. Then you're going to sing. And you're going to show them up. What child is this who lay to rest? One man's lap is sleeping. Angels breathe with anthem sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds watch and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring incense, gold, and myrrh, the pleasant King to hold him, the King of kings salvation brings. Let loving heart enthrone him. Praise the song on high, the virgin sings the lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. That's the first time, right? I don't. Yeah. So thank you. This is an opportunity. Thank you, Lord. When you asked me to sing, I am an egocentric maniac that loves talking a little bit all the time. So I don't do that much. This is opportunity for the youth to be in front of an audience. So thank you. You gave Madeline her first chance to be in front of an audience and to feel how it feels to be in front of people. So this is going to make her feel big. This is Tess Brewer, my friend, who accepted to wake up at 5 in the morning to come here. That's a good friend. And Tess Brewer is part of, it's one of the things we do also. We have a choir, a free choir. It's been 15 years we have this choir where every week 2 hours of my time is given to the community. I'm saying this to tell you how much we love our community, not to brag about how much time I give to the community. That's not it. But so Tess I met Tess through the choir. We have a wonderful community choir that is free for all. We have 80 members right now. We have started in Phoenicia, go up to Woodstock. We'd like to go to Kingston because to spread the love. And this is Tess Brewer, my friend, who's going to do something.
Until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, Messiah, come again.
right, this is a little Beauties and the Beast, right? I don't know if you guys, I was an opera singer for 40 years. I sang at City Opera and the Met and other places. So I don't know if you're ready for a classic this morning, but these beautiful, delicate women didn't need a mic, but I need a mic. So a little morning classic for you, Christmas classic for you. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't mean a thing if you're not here with me. I'll have a Christmas, that's certain. And when those blue heartaches start hurting, you'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. But I'll have a blue Christmas. Thank you very much. All right, now we're going to sing a little song that everybody knows. Yeah, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We've asked this group to entertain in the past many times, or later in the day, not so often this time of the day, for artists early in the morning.
All the night.
Yeah, right, it's the middle of the night. Fantastic. Thank you again so much, all of our good friends from the Phoenicia Festival. We've got a couple other things before we get to our main speaker. We want to invite Jess to come up and introduce. We have some new members with us today. So Jess, if you would, please.
Good morning, Ulster County.
Good morning.
I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. There's so much red in the room. Thank you, Jennifer, Fabiano, Rondout Savings, for creating such a festive space. I too feel like when I get up in the 5 o'clock hour, it's like the middle of the night, and I'm not going to sing for you. I'm really excited. We do have some new members here this morning, just a few, and we're going to actually ask them to come up. Some of them have been members for close to a year, but this is the first breakfast they've been able to attend, so we want them to meet all of you. So we're going to bring up first Jeremy Robinson Leon. It's the face, it's the person behind the Moonburger. So Jeremy, come on up.
Thank you so much, Jess, and thank you to all of you for having me here. I think I've been a member for 6 months. It feels like about 10 years. It's just been an absolute whirlwind of a couple of months since we opened, only about 7 weeks. We opened on October 16th, and it's been so tremendous. I am so grateful to everybody here, to our Kingston community, our Ulster County community, our Town of Ulster communities, for supporting Moonburger, for waiting in those long lines. I know that many of you did. Thank you so much for your patience. I can tell you that we are not McDonald's speed yet, but we are much faster than we were even a month ago. But really, it has been such an honor to be part of this community. Thank you so much to Jess for such wonderful support and friendship, Ward and the entire chamber community. It's a real honor to be here and be part of it. And I'll just say we have a lot of fun stuff planned for 2021. I hope you'll come and visit us. Happy holidays, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Next, we're going to welcome another teenager in the room. Madison Dudek, 19 years old. Sorry, got to tell you, because you know what? This chamber is growing and thriving, and we love to welcome young new members. Madison gave me a facial last week, Remedy Skin Studio. Incredible. Madison, please introduce yourself. She's also got some stuff to raffle off today, so if you're lucky.
Thank you. I'm Madison. I'm 19, and yes, I'm Remedy Skin Studio. I opened up in May. I'm home-based as of right now, looking to expand in the future, obviously. I'm located just 2 minutes down the road. I do facials, waxing, eyebrows, eyelashes. I do men's facials. I do everything. I have business cards if anyone's interested. And I just became a member like 3 days ago, so perfect timing for this. And I just met Jess about a week ago, gave her a facial, and I'm very grateful for everything you've done and all the opportunities. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Nice job, Madison. So I'm charging all of you in the room, not just the ladies. Let's make this lady successful, okay? We also are proud to welcome My Kingston Kids. We have Frank Waters, Executive Director, and Winston Queen is also here today, if you could come up. They did, along with their partners at Rondout Savings Bank, just hold the first Halloween parade here in our community.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm Frank Waters, co-founder and executive director of My Kingston Kids. This is Winston Queen, chairman of the board. And yeah, I think we're members about a week now. So very excited to be here. Many faces that we know and many we don't. So we look forward to meeting you. My Kingston Kids has been around for about 5 years now. So this is our 5-year anniversary for that as well. We produce, promote, and develop children-related content, events, activities, and programming right here in Kingston. And we've been doing really, really well. And as just mentioned, we've done the first Halloween parade in Kingston, which I couldn't believe. We're very happy about that. And thank you, Rondout, as well, for presenting with us there. And we look forward to doing many more things. We're also, in partnership with a Harambe, having our 5-year anniversary for Black History Month Kingston as well. So please look out for that. That's happening all month in February. So we look forward to having many of you participate this year. If you have any events, any ideas, any locations that we can drop off guides and books and content for the community, we would love to connect with you and make that happen so everyone can be a part of this amazing celebration this 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. And we've got one more. We have Josephine Denier. She's here, core cardio kickboxing. Don't let her size fool you. She's got a powerful big punch.
Hi, good morning. I'm Josephine, owner of Core Cardio Kickboxing, located on 28 in Kingston, the traffic circle. We are located actually inside of Sport of Iron Gym. We offer classes 6 days a week, mornings and evening classes and Saturday classes. Our range, our level is for everyone, so 16 to 60, it's for everyone. So please check us out, Facebook, Instagram, pass it on. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. And I will be out later today doing a couple of ribbon cuttings. I know it's the holiday season, but we're still welcoming new members, so please send your friends my way. I just want to let you all know, in case you can't see, this hat right here, Ward asked me to wear this morning, and it says, I've been good this year. I think that's what it says. So whatever you hear from Ward, just know that he got this hat for me. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, a Happy Holiday Season.
Was I wrong? No, she's been so good. She's been so good. I do want to make note before we get to our main speaker. It was 4 years ago next month. In fact, I was here January the 10th, 2018, when the Chamber received the exciting news that this amazing venue, Wiltwood Golf Club, was being saved. A number of outstanding local leaders had stepped forward, purchased the club, and made a commitment to make it better than ever. And from my vantage point, They shot a hole-in-one and finished about 10 under par, I think. I would like to sincerely remind everyone what a great jewel this is, and that we are so blessed and we are so proud to continue that Wilwick has this great tradition that will go on for a long time. Join with me now in thanking several partners have been a part of this. Two of them are with us today, Bill Collins, Joe O'Connor. Where'd you guys wind up sitting? Bill, stand up. Thank you. Bless you for all you've done. 2021, Bill told me earlier, was probably their best year in 20 years. So how great is that? Keep up the wonderful work. Thank you so much. We love being here at Wilwick. We have some door prizes and birthdays. I want to announce a couple birthdays. Veronica Kugelman. Where's Veronica? Veronica had a birthday December the 5th. So I want to thank her. She's like the hardest working volunteer, an ambassador, friend, welcomes new members everywhere. Belated happy birthday on our chamber board. Also December the 30th, Chris Bowers will be having a birthday. So, Cheryl, what's he like, 21 now or something, right? What is
29, Ward.
Oh my goodness. How is he approaching next year? He must be so afraid of it,
I'm sure
right?
there's a party planned already.
Oh, I'm sure it is. So we have, let's see, we have dinner for two at Mariners Harbor for someone celebrating a birthday in our audience today. And it's Matt LaFleur from Art. Is that right? Art Water Solutions? Matt, congratulations. Stand up. We've got a nice gift certificate for you. Happy birthday. Door prizes from our friends at Cantine, the Kiwanis Ice Arena. $30 gift certificates. We have two of them. Thank you to Greg Chorvis and Company. We need some cards to announce. Erica Marks from New Paltz. Congratulations, Erica. And Declan O'Brien from Destinations Golf and Leisure. How great is that? I want to see that man on skates. We have two gift certificates to Remedy Skincare. Let's see. Congratulations, David McGarry, New Horizons. Congratulations. And Clarissa Kimbrough from Rondout. How great is that? We have a gift certificate from The Anchor for $25. Joseph Paris, Family Services. Congratulations to Joseph. The Anchor, what a great place, huh? Moonburger combo meals, right? This is really good. I've been there myself in line. So good. Let's see, Natalie Michael from Ulster County Alive. Congratulations to you. Oh, Alice Dickey from the Arc Mid-Hudson. Enjoy Moonburger. Lisa Berger also gets one. Alex Steer, you're going to enjoy it, Alex. Come on forward. Bottle of wine from JK's in the Kingston Plaza. Sean Saliva from carries his corkscrew wherever he goes. How convenient.
Sean, you know that always goes to me.
Bagnall Motors oil change. And we give that to Linda Engler from Alfondre. Congratulations, Linda. Ulster County Tourism with some really nice knit hats for the holidays. Let's see. Arthur Boyce, congratulations to you. And oh yeah, and a hat from Tourism and a gift certificate to the brand new rink down at Old Savannah. How great is that? Megan Blanco, congratulations, Megan. That's for you. And a $25 gift certificate to the Emerson Resort and Spa. Great, thank you very much. Cheryl Hobart. Today?
No, next Friday.
Next Friday, should we sing for him?
No, no singing.
David's father, Dan, has a birthday.
Saturday, I'm sorry. Next Saturday.
Happy birthday in advance. I hope you have a great day. It's a significant number. It's like 60 or 70 or something like
65.
that.
He qualifies for Medicaid now.
All right. Good friend and neighbor. Good friend and neighbor. I also want to thank everybody at Rondout for being our sponsor and for the beautiful poinsettias, which I know they got from the Boys and Girls Club right here in Kingston. Fantastic. They're beautiful. Not now, but before you go, talk among yourselves, see who has the closest birthday. Ready? Okay. Oh, that's right. We already figured this table out over here. Our sponsor is Rondout Savings Bank. For over 150 years, Rondout continues their long history of serving local communities and maintaining a strong tradition of customer service excellence. Rondout customers have shown strong loyalty over generations, and they are amazing partners of the Chamber. There is a trust among families in knowing the team at Rondout Savings Bank cares and will be there for you through each stage of life. Over the years, thousands of business owners, hardworking people, and nonprofit organizations have trusted the Rondout Savings Bank will be there for them. Rondout Savings Bank remains committed to strengthening the health and economic well-being of our community, and that includes helping our important not-for-profit organizations. This year, Rondout continues its annual Rondout Cares campaign. Over 100 nonprofit organizations are participating. The 3 organizations that get the most votes will each receive $1,000 donation from Rondout Savings Bank. Every true relationship, whether it's business or personal, requires trust. Trust is at the very heart of what Rondout Savings Bank is all about. Trust the people who are dedicated to helping you achieve your financial dreams and successes. Trust the people who are always working for you in the community. Trust the people who care about you. Rondout Savings Bank. Please welcome President and CEO Cheryl Bowers. Cheryl, good morning. Please join us.
Thank you, Ward. Good morning, everybody. How cool is it to be here in person in December to celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and the New Year and just each other. So I'm so thrilled to be here. So just a funny joke. I asked my husband, I had made like 3 notes on one page about this long because anybody that knows me knows I never go on script. I said, honey, would you print those for me real quick? Look at the font. Was he trying to tell me something? It's 7 pages for 3 comments. So anyway, one of the things that we do at Rondout is we do sponsor this breakfast every December, and it's because it means so much to us to give back to the community. Ward talked to you all about the Rondout Cares campaign, and that's an offshoot of our Dividends to the Community program. And the Dividends to the Community is a charter by which we give 10% of our bottom line back to the communities we serve every single year. Good years, great years, bad years. We dedicate at least 10% of our earnings back to the communities. That's on top of all the volunteerism and participation in not-for-profit events that my wonderful team does. They're out in full force here today, and you can usually see them out in full force at just about any community event, any fundraising opportunity, any way to pitch in. I'm so proud of you, so please give yourselves a hand. Rondout Savings Bank. So every year when you come, or every breakfast or mixer, you often get a lot of tchotchkes given out. And just like every other year in December, you don't get those here. Because instead of taking the money that we would have put into giving you a coffee mug or a pen or something, we're taking it and we're giving it to our not-for-profits. Ward kind of alluded to it a little bit. On the middle of your table are poinsettias, and there's also a postcard with a, what's that called, a QR, right? I always want to say RQ. QR code. Where you can go ahead and vote for your favorite charity of choice that's in the list. There's over 150, I think, at this point. Your vote counts. Whoever gets the most votes by December 27th, we're going to pick the top 3, and they're going to get a $1,000 check as a response to this breakfast. So please vote. Have everybody you know vote. Vote often if you want to. So I think I've covered all I could about how we give back, but I want to say thank you to the Chamber, because without their support to a little tiny community bank like Rondout Savings, we wouldn't be able to be here in such full force and be so thriving and be able to give back. So thank you, Ward, and everybody at the Chamber. And I wish all of you a wonderful holiday season and a happy and, more importantly, healthy New Year. Thank you.
We are delighted to welcome our guest speaker this morning, who earlier this year announced that he would be leaving his position at SUNY New Paltz as president in 2022. And we thought this would be a great time to have him bring us up to date on changes and advances that occurred during his tenure, to talk about some of the next step for the college and also look at some of the great offerings that they have available to educate the next generation. If you would please give a warm Chamber of Commerce welcome to SUNY New Paltz President, Dr. Donald Christian.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here, and it's great to be in person with all of you. Ward, thank you for inviting me to speak today. I'm honored. I have one of my long-standing principles is that I never sing in public, and that's especially true today, so thank you for that introduction. The Chamber is such an important part of our regional community, and I'm really happy to share some of the exciting things happening at SUNY New Paltz, which is your public university here in the Mid-Hudson region. Today I want to focus on how we fulfill our core mission, which is educating the next generation of citizens to succeed in and contribute to a dramatically changing society and economy, including right here in Ulster County. You may see me struggling a little bit with droopy eye here, and it's not because I'm emotional about speaking. I'm on the tail end of a case of shingles. Way beyond the contagious stage, but I do have it's affecting my left eye a little bit. So I'm also on a mission. Anytime I get a platform to convince people that they should get the shingles vaccine, do it. I didn't, and it was a big mistake. So word to the wise. SUNY New Paltz maintains lots of enduring ties with Ulster County and its residents, as well as the broader Hudson Valley. We're the #1 employer in Ulster County. And here's a snapshot of some of our other connections to the region. We enrolled about 3,600 undergraduate and graduate students from the 7-county Hudson Valley region. That includes just over 600 undergraduate students from Ulster County this year. More than 200 of those undergraduates transferred to New Paltz from Ulster County Community College, one of our largest sources of transfer students in the region, along with Dutchess and Orange Community Colleges. About half of our graduates every year came to us originally as transfer students, again, mostly from these Hudson Valley Community Colleges. We're really proud of that partnership as part of a tremendous public higher education ecosystem in the Hudson Valley, and I've appreciated my collegial connections with my colleague Alan Roberts, president at SUNY Ulster. About 165 of our graduate students are Ulster County residents. Based on our last economic impact study, more than 1,000 of our employees reside here in the county, and we maintain connections with nearly 7,500 working age alumni in Ulster County. I want to call out in particular welcome to Kingston Mayor Steve Noble and his wife Julie Noble. Julie's a member of our College Council, which is a group that advises and guides college presidents and the campus. Every August, I give a State of the College address to faculty and staff to launch the new year. I speak about our recent progress, priorities and challenges for the coming year, and I reinforce who we are and what we value. And I'll draw heavily on my 2021 and final State of the College address for my comments today. As you heard just a few minutes ago from Ward, I'll retire as president at the end of this coming June after 12 years in the role. That's human years, not president years. The search for the next president has begun, and my focus this year has been to keep the college moving ahead, continuing to improve, and then hand over leadership to a new president in what we hope will be a very smooth transition. Today I want to recount for you some of the main elements of our progress during the last dozen years, and I do so not to navel gaze about my presidency, but to highlight the many strengths that position the college as a top-tier public institution and economic anchor in the region, and an attractive leadership opportunity for a top-notch next president. I want to emphasize that what I'm going to highlight today are collective accomplishments. I'm not claiming sole credit for them in any way. These are outgrowths of the great work of campus leadership, deans, other campus leaders. A number of my colleagues are here today, along with faculty and staff, and of course our students and alumni. I'm reassured that my successor will inherit a strong leadership team in a community that's committed to collective action, continuous improvement, and innovation. 10 years ago, we celebrated our regional reaccreditation. This is something that every college and university needs to do to be able to award degrees. And last spring, we again met all standards and were fully reaccredited for another 8 years. We're proud to be included in many best value rankings of colleges and universities, both in the Northeast and across the United States. We're ranked in the top 3% of more than 1,400 colleges and universities nationwide for our impact on the social and economic mobility of our graduates. I want to say a bit more about rankings. This year in the U.S. News and World Report ranking, SUNY New Paltz moved up to the number 6 slot from number 9 the year before among all public universities in the 9-state North region, and from number 45 last year to number 31 this year among all non-doctoral colleges, public and private, again in that 9-state region. We were recognized for the first time in a category most innovative schools for the first time that we've been in that list, and we were one of only 2 SUNYs to appear in that particular ranking. We were included also on several other lists where we've been honored for many years. These include Best Value Schools, Best Colleges for Veterans, Best Undergraduate Teaching, Top Performers on Social Mobility, Best Undergraduate Business Program, and Best Undergraduate Engineering Programs, and we were one of the only colleges in SUNY to earn that double distinction. We also were recognized for having Best Graduate Programs in Business, our MBA, Fine Arts, our MFA program, and Speech Language Pathology. So these rankings reflect how well we fulfill our mission, which is providing a high quality, affordable education to students from all social and economic backgrounds. As our reputation has grown, so also has the way that the world perceives the value of a SUNY New Paltz degree. We like to talk about our graduation rates, which are shown here in blue, that are far above national averages, shown there in gray. And our achievement gap by demographic group is very small compared with national averages. About 40% of New Paltz graduates have 0 loan debt. The average loan debt for students who have borrowed is about $24,400, which is far below national averages. Another way that we measure how well our students do after graduation is that only about 2% default on their loans, and that compares with a national default rate of better than 7%. So we're proud of that as well. We offer more majors and minors than the typical regional comprehensive university, which is a real plus in our ability to recruit and serve students. We've added new academic programs in response to changing demands and student interests, like new graduate programs in autism studies, literacy education, digital design and fabrication, new undergraduate majors in environmental studies and entrepreneurship, and new graduate credentials in healthcare administration and music business. But we've also sustained our core foundation in the liberal arts and sciences and our strong traditions in fine arts, teacher education, and educational leadership. Our notable offerings and enrollments in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, what we call STEM fields, have grown dramatically in the past 10 years, and we think that's making us more right-sized in STEM offerings compared with other top-notch comprehensive colleges and universities. We have a thriving honors program that's grown and includes students from all of our schools. Honors is a really strong factor in our ability to recruit high-performing and engaged students and to provide those students with challenging, high-impact learning experiences. We've sustained and grown our student research programs that provide students with distinctive learning experiences that are sometimes life-changing for our students. We gained pandemic-driven experience with online education, and that's opened our thinking about new possibilities to remain competitive with other institutions and to reach new populations of students through online offerings. Last month, we announced that this spring we'll launch our new General Studies Bachelor's Degree Completion Program. This is a fully online bachelor's program that's designed to expand educational access to people who have earned 60 college credits, but not an entire degree. I want to recognize Shayla Mills, who's here with us today. Shayla, can you wave your hand? She spearheaded this initiative. Shayla is our Associate Provost and Dean of Graduate professional, and interdisciplinary studies. A few minutes ago, I noted that the U.S. News and World Report included us in their ranking of best colleges for veterans. We formed our Office of Veteran and Military Services in 2014, and we're really proud of the great positive impact that office has had on serving the educational needs of veterans, active duty military students, and dependents. The high caliber of that work was first recognized several years ago by the organization Military Friendly Schools, and New Paltz is now a top 10 military school in our category of schools, and that's top 10 in the nation, another piece that we're very proud of. Our student body has grown more diverse. We have strong programs to support the success of all of our students, including a program that we call AMP and C-STEP for underrepresented students in STEM fields, an educational opportunity program that serves students who are overcoming both financial and academic challenges, and a Scholars Mentorship Program, which is a wonderful networking and mentoring and community program for our students. We continue to move forward in becoming the equitable and inclusive and anti-racist organization that we want to be. We've established a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council, and more recently expanded those efforts to include working groups in each of our schools. We're partnering with the Asian Pacific Islander Student Alliance to improve their student experience. Our university police department has codified its commitment to be an anti-racist law enforcement organization, and we recently established a UPD advisory committee that works to sustain positive community relations and to support our commitment to community-oriented policing. We require training for search committee members so that, and it's proven so valuable in shifting our hiring outcomes so that our workforce, our faculty and staff in particular, more closely reflect the student population that we serve. We're completing the construction of a contemplative space, which is a pocket park that will be a place for all of us to reflect and learn about the indigenous people, the enslaved Africans, European immigrants, along with the generations of descendants of all of those people who have shaped the New Paltz community. This is an outgrowth of our recent endeavor to review and rename several campus buildings named for the original Huguenot settlers of New Paltz, all of whom enslaved Africans. The focus of that project was not on erasing history, but on historical reconciliation. And that's the educational purpose of this pocket park contemplative space that we're developing now. As part of our work to better understand and value the history of our region, our students and faculty are sharing their expertise by participating in local archaeological digs, working with nonprofit Harambe Kingston at the Pine Street African Burial Ground and with the DeWitt family. Students and faculty will be excavating those sites under the direction of Professors Joe Diamond and Ken Nystrom, and previously our geology faculty and students conducted tests and samplings on these sites. That's not a lawnmower, you see, that's an instrument called ground penetrating radar that can detect anomalies subsurface. 5 years ago, we initiated a new human resources organizational structure, expanding the role of human resources in building an inclusive environment. This structure has integrated human resources, diversity, affirmative action, Title IX, the federal law that assures gender equity, and employee professional development. So these functions all support and develop the people who form the culture of our organization. SUNY New Paltz is recognized as being an especially accepting and supportive environment for LGBTQ+ students and employees, and we were one of the first to have an LGBTQ coordinator. Several years ago, we developed a consensual relations policy that bans romantic or sexual relationships between students and employees where a power differential exists. That policy has contributed to our institution's ability to sustain respectful relationships between students and employees, and was actually a model for a subsequent SUNY-wide policy on that same topic. In the last decade, we've built 3 new buildings and undertaken 7 major building renovations, along with a number of other smaller renovations and infrastructure improvements thanks to state investment. Our grounds have flourished and contributed to the appeal of our campus, and I hear often from longtime community members as well as from prospective students and their parents how beautiful our campus is in ways that we think it was not a number of years ago. We've exceeded SUNY standards for LEED certification on many of our capital projects in support of our campus sustainability goals. Additionally, we've made major progress on other sustainability efforts, including establishing a sustainability committee in 2010, signing a national climate commitment, and establishing an Office of Campus Sustainability in 2013. You'll think these are cute, but they're really pretty important, we think. We've been designated a Tree Campus USA and a Bee Campus USA, reflecting those sustainability commitments. In 2017, our foundation board took the decisive action to remove endowment funds from direct investment in fossil fuels, spurred by discussion with a group of really committed and well-informed students the year before. That action was taken with my full endorsement and along with the endorsement of faculty governance. Our work has been guided for the last few years by a strategic plan that we developed in 2012 and 13 and have refined several times since then, including integrating the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals into our planning. Two initiatives of that strategic plan reflect our primary reason for being, which is sustaining an innovative, engaged living and learning environment for our students. And many of the developments and the progress that I've spoken about here this morning advance those goals. Another essential initiative that we've developed is to strengthen philanthropic relationships and success. And we just completed a first ever major capital campaign, raising more than $24.7 million, surpassing our target of $23 million. And I want to call out my colleague, Vice President Erica Marks, for her wonderful leadership of that effort. During the past decade, the value of our endowment has grown to $36 million from $14 million. Last year, we awarded more than $1 million worth of foundation scholarships to our students, which is a five-fold increase from only 7 years ago. This year, we're launching a 2-year focused campaign titled Providing Opportunity, aimed at raising scholarship funds. I'm involved in this initiative this year and will hand it off to my successor as a work in progress. When we were ramping up our fundraising work, we received feedback that SUNY New Paltz is, and this is a quote from one of our respondents, a best kept secret in the Hudson Valley. So in response, we've invested in our communication capabilities to what we think of as better share the SUNY New Paltz story, both internally and externally, including here and at past chamber breakfasts in Ulster, Dutchess, Orange, and in New Paltz. And we've leveraged diverse media to recruit students, to showcase the successes of our campus community, and to grow our reputation. Yet another priority is to better engage alumni. Early in our expanding philanthropic efforts, we heard that we'd not brought alumni into the fold as we should, and so we made the difficult decision to sever ties with a previous alumni association that was not serving that purpose. And we formed a new alumni council and a redefined alumni association. We've seen, as a result of those investments, increased alumni giving and other engagement through... That's okay. I like it, thanks. So some of those other evidences of alumni engagement include guest lecturing, helping our students find internships or employment opportunities, and serving as valued advocates for the college. So I want to thank all of the alumni here who have supported us in those efforts. Another priority is to engage our region and our community more effectively, and we like to believe that SUNY New Paltz is increasingly valued as a regional asset and contributor, both for our high-quality educational offerings and also for the many ways that we extend our expertise to benefit the region. We convene many important events on campus. This one is clearly a pre-pandemic. Many campus members volunteer and serve on nonprofit or advisory boards. Our Dorsky Museum is a high-profile contributor to the regional and New York State arts community. Jenny Mockren, our Dean of Fine and Performing Arts, is here today, and she oversees the museum. Our Hudson Valley Additive Manufacturing Center produced personal protective equipment during the pandemic, somewhere more than 32,000 face shields through that collaboration. The center has also supported hundreds of regional companies and entrepreneurs in Ulster County, across the Hudson Valley, and beyond. Our Hudson Valley Venture Hub and Hudson Valley mentors in the School of Business engage with and support regional businesses. And we contribute to economic development in other ways. There's me with when she was Lieutenant Governor at the time. Our Benjamin Center, our Institute for Disaster Mental Health, and a number of college units also contribute to these goals. Not every college has the kind of great working relationship that SUNY New Paltz has with the village of New Paltz and the town of New Paltz, a strength that I'll surely share with presidential candidates who come to look at the opportunity here. And we appreciate the great work with Mayor Tim Rogers and Town Supervisor Neil Betez. One important benefit of our success is that SUNY New Paltz is a major economic engine in the region. Our last economic impact study in 2019 showed that SUNY New Paltz remained the largest employer in Ulster County, as I mentioned earlier. The college generated more than $380 million in direct and indirect economic activity in the Hudson Valley, and about $447 million in economic impact across New York State. Our total direct and indirect economic impact in Ulster County was estimated at more than $105 million. That included nearly $60 million in vendor spending and employee salaries. We provided business to local employers, organizations such as Timely Signs, Red Barn Produce, Ulster County Area Transit, Lowe's, and Fisher Security and Electric Systems. I have been a member, as you may know, and co-chair of the Mid-Hudson Regional Economic Development Council for several years. The council reviews and recommends proposals for major state economic development funding that supports projects throughout our region. The Mid-Hudson region has been a top performer among the state's 10 economic development regions numerous times and has been awarded more than $713 million since the program's inception. I'll share a couple examples of these. One of these, close to Mayor Noble's heart, is that the city of Kingston was one of 10 communities to receive $10 million in New York State funding through the second round of the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, or DRI as we call it. That program emphasizes using DRI funds to reinforce and secure additional both public and private investment to strengthen downtown neighborhoods. Among other projects, the Kingston Award includes improvements to the Dietz Stadium and Andretta Pool Complex, some of which are already completed. Another example of some of these Economic Development Council impacts is the expansion of Caraway Tea, which is a woman-owned business enterprise, private label tea and co-packing company in Highland. Caraway was awarded $500,000 toward a total project cost of $2.5 million, and that project will help the company acquire and build out its production facility and purchase new machinery and equipment to increase its capacity. And the outcomes of that will include retaining 21 full-time jobs and full-time permanent jobs and creating 10 new full-time jobs over the next several years. And a third example that I'll share here is the completed first phase of Hudson House and Distillery in West Park, which was awarded more than $210,000 as part of a total project cost of nearly $1.9 million. This former monastery was transformed into a craft distillery, tasting room, event space, and catering kitchen. The distillery will manufacture craft spirits at the site, and it's estimated that the establishment will serve 30,000 to 40,000 visitors a year. The company will source its ingredients from local farms and businesses, greatly reducing its carbon footprint and transportation costs. So through my Economic Development Council role and some of the other efforts that I've described here, I'm pleased that the college engages with and supports other regional business and industry leaders to support and sustain the local economy and advance quality of life across the Hudson Valley. So these are among the assets that we carry into this transition and longer term, and that certainly exemplify the strengths to be highlighted as we seek a new leader for the college. I'll comment here briefly about some of our current year initiatives. One is our Psychological Resilience Project that draws on the expertise of the Institute for Disaster Mental Health, helping students to develop and implement self-care and good mental health strategies. We're establishing a carbon neutrality task force to identify a target date and a comprehensive strategy to become a net zero carbon campus by reducing emissions and increasing offsets. We're introducing some new structures and processes to focus on increasing new undergraduate and graduate student enrollment. The heightened attention to enrollment is especially critical in the face of ongoing declines in traditional age college students, with projected near future changes described by some as a demographic cliff, as I think this graph illustrates. So we know that the competition for students will be intense in the coming years, and we want to be sure that New Paltz is competitive in this very challenging environment. And this connects also to the diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts that I spoke about earlier. We focus on becoming a more equitable and inclusive campus because it's the right thing to do, and it's also important for the viability of the institution so that we serve a student body that reflects the growing diversity of the Hudson Valley. We're dealing with recurring budget challenges, who isn't, that were exacerbated by the financial impacts of the pandemic. This year, we're pursuing the goal of reducing our overall expenditures by about 5% below those of 2019 and 20. We want to adjust our budget strategically so that as much as we can, we safeguard the jobs and the benefits of current employees and invest some of those dollars into innovative and revenue-generating initiatives. In my final year, I'll continue to lead the campus, navigating COVID-19 impacts and making decisions that should not be left to my successor. I'm working to maintain existing relationships and build new ones that will be important for the college's continuing success even after I've departed. At a personal level, I'll be letting go and saying goodbye throughout the year, which is obviously a bittersweet task. I will move out of New Paltz so that I allow the new president the room that he or she will need to lead. But my wife Sandy and I will remain Ulster County residents because, as we've learned, this is a great place to be and live. So I'll end today by reminding all of us that in the long history of this college has adapted and thrived through many leadership changes, and I'm confident that we have the resilience, the capability, and the commitment to press ahead in my remaining months and beyond. Presidents come and presidents go, as do students, but SUNY New Paltz remains an educational, cultural, and economic anchor institution in our region, and I hope you'll continue to engage with and support this college and future students in the great education that we provide to New York citizens. So thank you again for being here and for allowing me to speak, and I'm happy to take a few minutes for questions if we have time.
Sure we do. Any questions? First of all, thank you very much. Any questions from the audience? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? Apparently. Thank you, Don. It has been an absolute thrill to work with President Christian and his entire staff, great folks, and what a dramatic and significant impact on our local economy. And really, when you consider all the great things we have in Ulster County, this is one of the greatest. So thanks again. I want to thank Rondout Savings Bank for being our sponsor. Don't forget, the person with the birthday closest to today wins that beautiful poinsettia. Thanks, Cheryl, Jen, and all the great folks at Rondout Savings Bank. Thanks to the Phoenicia Festival. What a great way to start our morning today. Elvis is in the house. And just a reminder, join us next month when Congressman Delgado will be our speaker here. We'll probably be at Best Western Plus, it looks like. And before we end, a final thank you to our amazing corporate sponsors. As you all know, 2021 has been the most difficult and challenging year ever, and we could not have done it without our corporate sponsors' support. We thank you so much, all of you, and we thank you for coming today. Have a On behalf of our board of directors and staff, have a wonderful, blessed holiday and a very, very safe new year. See you in 2022.
It's between you three, whoever's first is closest to the poinsettia. And don't forget to vote.
Thank you, Frank. So good to see you. Glad you're here.